Hey everybody, I'm Sean Govan at Honey Drop Farm. My wife and I help new beekeepers get started in north central Wisconsin. And if you are a homesteading dad, you want to quit your job and raise your kids on a farm, and you want bees to be a part of that, then take the first step toward that dream right now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss any new videos. All you really need to check your mite levels is some screen with 1/8 inch holes, something to cut the screen with, either tinsnips or a utility knife, powdered sugar, a cup of water, and a jar with the ring. Forgot to mention you also need some newspaper. If you are using a jar that does not have these measuring lines on it, that's fine, but measure out 1/2 cup of something and then draw a line with a permanent marker so that you know where the 1/2 cup mark is, because we're going to put 1/2 cup of bees in here. Have your lid off. Honey looks like this. Capped worker brood looks like that. Capped drone brood looks like this. It's a lot taller and bumpier. And see the holes in the middle? That has eggs and larvae. If you see the queen, avoid scooping her up. And if you don't see the queen, then don't worry about it. Just like this. If you can find a big clump of them, then that makes them very easy to scoop. There we go. All those bees that are flying, those are not nurse bees. Those are foragers. Nurse bees are too young to know how to fly. They're the ones that you want for your test, because they're the ones where you're going to find all the varroa mites. So now take your newspaper and you can dump them in, shake them in. You can also scoop them in if you prefer, like this. Give them a thump on something and check if they're at your 1/2 cup mark. Mine are just over 1/2 cup, so that's fine. Remember to put your lid on because otherwise they'll escape. So here's your 1/2 cup of bees. Here's your powdered sugar. Get some powdered sugar on your hive tool. Dump it in on top of the bees. At least a tablespoon. And just let it sift down. Like that. And then roll your bees around. Like this. This method of checking for mites is called a sugar roll. Now I'm going to dump this sugar in a cup of water and count my mites. Okay, here's my cup of water, and I'm going to shake the sugar out of here with the bees still in here, just like it's a salt shaker. Just like this. If you see more than 1 or 2 mites in a sugar shake of half a cup of bees, you have a problem and you need to do something about it. Because by the time they get really, really sick to where you can see their problem, it'll be too late. Correction, it's never too late until they're actually dead. But if the population has already crashed and they're already in their death spiral, it's not enough to just kill your mites, because your bees are already sick with the viruses that the mites injected into them. So you'll have a bunch of dead mites and a bunch of dying bees if you treat at that point. What you need to do is kill your mites, of course, but also give your bees at least 1 frame of healthy capped brood that is about to hatch out and be healthy adult bees. And maybe, depending how late it is in the year and how bad the situation is, you might want to give them more than 1 frame of capped brood. And you'll want to give them some healthy nurse bees on that brood, so you'll have to find a healthy colony either from another colony that you have or from another beekeeper that has his mites under control. And if you do that, I've done that before for a friend that had 60 mites in a sugar roll of 300 bees, half a cup of bees. If you do that, you will be okay. But that's a lot of extra effort, so it's better to take care of it when you don't have too many mites. You can see most of the powdered sugar has dissolved, and if there were any varroa mites in there, you'd be able to count them. But this colony clearly does not have a problem.